Yo, what it do, everybody? Complex my up in this bit. So, yo, today we have something special for y'all. So, we got the 2022 NBA playoff predictions. So, I've never seen this dude's channel before. It's Snowman Sports Media. So, y'all go check it out. It seemed interesting, and yeah, I'll drop a like too. Y'all go sub up.
What's up, guys? The Snowman here, and sometimes I don't get to talk as much basketball as I'd like to on my channel, but with the NBA playoffs looming, I figured it'd be a fun time to go through the matchups and make some predictions. We've got the
I might do that too.
Conference play-in tournaments right around the corner, and the first round and beyond. Lots of big storylines. I want to go through each of these first-round series and give some analysis, and then take a look at the bracket as a whole and try to predict the 2022 NBA champion. I don't want to spend too much time on the play-in tournaments, but these are the brackets for both the East and the West. In the East, we have the Nets and the Cavs, and then the 9-10 matchup is Atlanta versus Charlotte. Obviously, Brooklyn, the big heavyweight here, despite the fact they're in this play-in predicament. The Nets have the second best odds to win the Eastern Conference and third overall to win the NBA title. In a one-game winner-take-all setting, I like KD and Kyrie to rise to the occasion and get Brooklyn the 7th seed. As for the 8th seed, I see
we just watched that.
Best plan will probably
I'm gonna skip the play-in shit.
To me, I clinched just their second postseason appearance since 2004. On to the first round, and these are the matchups. Forgive me if any of my 1-8 or 2-7 series are incorrect here. Maybe you're watching this later in the week, and the Cavs made it over the Hawks, for example, but this is how I envision the first round looking. I want to analyze the East first because there's a lot more permutations and possibilities that could...
Yeah, the Clippers winning against the Timberwolves?
East.
Nah, bro.
5 teams with very similar odds to win the conference, whereas in the West, it's pretty much Phoenix against the field. The Suns have nearly even odds to make it back to the finals. So let's dive into the 1-8 matchup. In the East, we've got Miami versus the 8th seed, which I have as Atlanta. Honestly, pretty incredible that the Heat are the 1 seed this year. At different points throughout the season, they were without their 4 best players for huge chunks of games. Through those injuries and absences, they've uncovered incredible depth. Guys like Max Strus coming out of nowhere. The Heat can play suffocating defense when they're strapped in. Bam Adebayo.
I haven't seen the Heat play much. Maybe I should watch some Heat games, bro.
During these playoffs, though, is their half-court offense. Butler has been shooting woefully 23% from 3 this year. Not much better from mid-range. They may end up being too reliant on someone like Tyler Hero to create offensively, which might not work out in later rounds. The Hawks' formula for a round 1 upset would be Trae Young popping off. He's posting career-best numbers in effective field goal percentage, true shooting percentage.
Yeah, he's a pretty underrated shooter.
Elite offensive team, number 2 in offensive efficiency. I just don't like the matchup for the Hawks. Miami can throw multiple looks.
Yeah, that's what I say too. Heat takes
whatever
that.
Happened between Spoelstra, Butler, and Haslam. I'll take the Heat in 5 games.
But who knows? The Heat choke a lot.
Playoffs, number 2 Boston against number 7 Brooklyn, and it should be a bloodbath.
See, that's hard, bruh. I don't even know.
Over that time,
the Celtics have been playing good.
The number 1 defense and the best record in games between teams over 500. We know what kind of elite scorer Jason Tatum has evolved into.
Yeah, he's become good, bruh.
Switch everything, so many interchangeable pieces. But then for Brooklyn, we know that they can match star power with anyone. The good news is that Durant and Irving are healthy and should be playing every game in this series. They've had some cold-blooded road victories over the elite teams in the East post All-Star break. In fact, when KD is on the court, they've dominated Boston.
Bro, I want the Nets to go to the finals, bro. I know that's like
8 minutes a game when KD is on the bench. I think the Rob Williams injury definitely hurts Boston.
Okay, I respect that. The Nets.
So tough to bet against the offensive firepower of KD and Kyrie.
Yeah.
They can go nuclear at any time, and then Seth Curry shot well for them too, playing with more depth. And
yeah, let's see how the Nets do, bro. That's gonna be interesting.
The 3-6 series in the East is the one I feel most confident about, just because you've got 2 teams who are heading in different directions. Milwaukee against Chicago. In terms of the Bucks, maybe not nearly as.
Damn, I think Milwaukee probably.
They have coasted through the year more than we're used to seeing from them.
But I don't know, because the Bulls haven't done good against good teams. You know what I'm saying? So
I just feel like they have the ability.
Who knows, bro?
Switch. Of course, it doesn't hurt.
It's going to be interesting,
though.
though.
Average 30 a game and will likely pick up his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year award. The Bucks are top 7 in both clutch offense and clutch defense, so when the games get tight, they ratchet up the intensity, and it might be different for the Bulls if Zach LaVine was 100% healthy. Then you've got 2 reliable isolation scorers, but I just don't trust DeMar DeRozan to be efficient enough against defenders like Middleton and Holiday. Chicago is something like 1 in 12
Let's see, bro.
against the top 4 teams in the East. They beat up on the Minnows, but I don't see them as a true title contender.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee probably takes that.
But I favor Milwaukee to advance pretty comfortably in 5 games. Then we get to the 4-5 matchup, which is an extremely dangerous one for the Philadelphia 76ers as they meet up with the Raptors. And something in my gut tells me that the 76ers are primed for an upset. We see it every year in the playoffs. There's always one shocker in the first round. I think this could be it. The game always slows down in the playoffs, and I don't like how Philly is number 1 in free throw rate since the Harden trade. They manufacture way too many points from the line, and traditionally there just aren't as many fouls called in the postseason.
I don't know, to be honest, bro.
Embiid is built for war.
So, bro, the Sixers better not get upset, bro. Like, bro.
This year, becoming the first center to lead the league in scoring since Shaq in 2000 was phenomenal. But
damn,
Harden, Tobias Harris, and Doc Rivers are a playoff disaster waiting to happen.
Since Shaq in 2000?
3 out of 4 versus 4 this season. A team that's top 10 in defense. Who has multiple
My bad, I did not mean to pause.
Massive playoff battles. Nick Nurse is so creative defensively. They've got the best turnover ratio in the league. I think the Raptors will give Maxey and Harden fits on the perimeter. And I like Toronto to defeat the 76ers in a 7-game epic. The Raps aren't afraid to get
I don't agree with that, bro.
With a great shot to knock off Philly just like they did in 2019. Now let's move along to the Western first round now. The number 1
you never know, though.
Their league best record will play the 8th seed, who I have is the Timberwolves. As far as I'm concerned, the only question surrounding this series is does it end in 4 games or 5? The Suns have so much cohesion and chemistry.
The Suns take it for sure.
In 26 years of stat keeping that we have in that field, they score over 131 points per 100 possessions in clutch time. I think their net rating in the clutch is something ridiculous, like plus 32. The Suns will come
why are the Suns so good? I don't like the Suns, bro, but like, bro, they're good.
Superstar ladder. I just don't see a way where Minnesota wins more than 1.
I think Minnesota will at least win 1 game. Or 2, maybe.
So raw, exciting offensively, but Phoenix will gouge them on the other end. Cat should be an
Phoenix takes that for sure, for sure.
Booker and Paul. I'll give it the classic gentleman's sweep, Suns in 5. The 2-7.
Nah, maybe not a sweep.
Grizzlies, and the winner of that Wolves-Clippers game, I've got the Clips. And what Memphis has accomplished this year has been nothing.
Nah, I hope the Timberwolves don't get sweep, bro. Like, bro, y'all already know, bro. The Nuggets got fucking. I don't even want to talk about it.
Metrics, but also a real grittiness to them. John Morant has ascended into a special stratosphere, but more than that, the 20-2 record with
the Grizzlies might go to the Western Conference Finals.
I don't see the Clippers giving them too much trouble. Although,
they're beating the Clippers for surely.
Playoffs, it's that the Grizzlies lead the league by wide margins in fast break points, points in the paint, and second.
Yeah, the Grizzlies take that, bro.
Tend to decline in the playoffs. All respect to LA, unlike their in-city rivals, who I'm too depressed to name. The Clippers have never folded this season. 3 comeback wins.
Bro, why Lakers?
5 wins after being down at least 20. Paul George looks great. Ty Lue is generally a coach you want to bet on in the playoffs, but without Kawhi...
Damn, Ty Lue went from getting walked on by Iverson to being the Clippers coach. I'm sorry, but I had to.
The series going to 6 games, but ending in favor of Ja and the Grizz. Other than Boston, Brooklyn, our 3-6 series of Golden State and Denver, probably the most entertaining on paper. The Warriors are not the same.
The Nuggets win, obviously, because I'm a Nuggets fan. But bro, the Nuggets, bro, I hope they win, bro. That would be legendary, bro, if they won.
They were from the first half of the season.
That'd be sick.
Into the conference finals.
I know they probably won't beat the Warriors, but like, bro.
First and foremost, hopefully Steph is back and healthy for a long playoff run, but it's been a disjointed last couple of months. Steph, Clay, and Draymond have played less than 12 total minutes together this season. Even despite all of that, they still rank number 1 in defensive efficiency. Players like Jordan Poole and Jonathan Kuminga have blossomed into key contributors. I
told y'all, Jordan Poole has gotten good, bruh. I literally told y'all.
For the Nuggets, it's all about Nikola Jokic, who
Yes,
should be picking up his
sir.
second straight MVP award in the near future.
Eee. 2 in a row, bro. He's on for 3. Let's get that big 3, bro.
Offensively and defensively, he's done enough to be the MVP again.
Fuck yeah.
When he's off the floor, though, every team shrinks the rotation in the playoffs, which is good for Denver, but they recently had a 5-game stretch where they were plus 16 per 100 with Jokic on the floor and minus 32 without him. So how do you survive those minutes when the big man is resting? Nevertheless, this series should provide a sizzling display of offense.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the Warriors, but I hope the Nuggets win, though.
Spacing and shot
That'd be sick.
Matchup could be legendary. I think it's only right it goes 7, and I like the Warriors to escape out of the first round. And then maybe not as fun a series if you're a Jazz.
At least he didn't say that they were going to get swept. If he said the Nuggets were going to get swept, we would have a problem with it.
Dallas competing against 5-seeded Utah. I love the fact that the Mavs play great team defense combined with Luka's ability to take
Damn. Bro, why did the Jazz always choke in the playoffs?
Especially since the Porzingis trade. Dinwiddie has stepped in and been clutch. I like that Dwight Powell.
I don't know, to be honest, about that game.
I particularly like with them going up against the Jazz. Dallas takes 57% of their shots outside of the paint. That's the highest rate in the league. By nature, they won't be challenging Rudy Gobert at the rim as much as other teams do. Seems like a favorable matchup.
I don't want no.
With all the bad blood that's
ghosts in my house, bro.
This season in Utah, it's almost a guarantee that either Gobert or Donovan Mitchell, maybe both, don't return to Utah next year. They're not a good team in clutch time. They're heavily.
I can't believe the Nuggets drafted both of them, bro. That's crazy.
To score the basketball, especially in pull-up and ISO situations. I see Dallas going 5 out, forcing Gobert.
Yeah, probably.
And they advance in 5 anti.
But let's see, though.
As for my bracket as a whole, I'll run through this quickly. I do think Milwaukee gets out of the East. That Bucks-Nets series in the conference semifinals should be an epic one, just like last year. But I do feel like Milwaukee seems to be Brooklyn's kryptonite. It's a matchup where no matter what happens, game on the line, 10 seconds left, the Bucks find a way to be 1 point better than the Nets.
I hope the Nets go to the finals, bro, to be honest.
Gives Phoenix everything they've got, but just like the Bucks, I have the Suns getting back to the finals. Golden State-Memphis would be a thrilling matchup as well. In the end, every team in the West, though, has flaws one way or another except for the Suns. No major red flags. They seem like such a safe and secure bet to make it back to the biggest stage.
Yeah.
Rematch Bucks-Suns, a finals that produced such.
This dude took Milwaukee in 6.
Sign me up for part 2 right now. Can Giannis replicate his utter domination?
Milwaukee in 6. Bro, you trapped in last year?
It will have to be that great because his team will get it done. If I had to predict right now, I would say the Milwaukee Bucks will be your 2022 MVP.
Nah, I say the Suns, bro. Nah, I take the Suns, bro. Yeah, that's my prediction. Suns win the championship in 6. The same he put, but the Suns. But we'll see y'all next time. I hope the Nuggets win. I'm out.